Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Snippy Joker, and on today's episode, we are doing part 3 of phase 3 in this 3-phase extravaganza. And what I mean by that is, I was curious for myself, and I figured I'd record it, how these characters stand up in their base damage, base movement, and overall base defense. Now we've already done base damage, which is on my channel. We've done base movement, again on my channel, and we split it up by tanks, healers, and of course DPS. Now this is part 3, so we've already done tanks, which had a clear winner, which you can go see on my channel. We did healers, which was a surprising event of how the numbers turned out. Again, go see it on my channel. Now we are doing DPS. And the results were almost a tie throughout. Now what I mean by that is, by using Black Widow for each of these phases, we do how many shots it takes to the body, which is about 3 to the body. And if we aim for the head, if I can, oh, I'm probably on the wrong settings. Where's action? There is action. 1, 2. 2 to the head. Now, most of your DPS characters took 3 to the body and 2 to the head. So on average, they're around 2.5 hits before they get taken out. Now I know each character that attacks DPS is going to be different in damage. However, I wanted to keep a constant to show how these characters would go out. On average, most of these DPS characters would be taken out around the same amount of hits. However, there are 2 that stood out. Let's go check them out. Number 2 of all the DPS is Mr. Fantastic. Mr. Fantastic, when facing Black Widow, took 4 to the body and 2 to the head, giving him an average of 3.5 higher than the rest of the DPS team. And I think this is because he did get a buff to his hit points, giving him an advantage. And he was already considered the tank of DPS players, so it kind of makes sense that he gets a little bit of an advantage when it comes to his defensive powers. And the number 1 DPS character that was able to withstand Black Widow the most out of all the DPS characters is Wolverine. Wolverine took 5 to the body and 3 to the head for an average of 4 overall, which is about 1.5 above the average for the rest of the DPS and 1 above Mr. Fantastic. And this is because, again, we do this without any abilities, any debuffs, any buffs. This is because of a passive he had that when Wolverine takes a lethal shot right before he's about to be taken out, he gets a shield buff. And if you hit him with that shield buff, it's still about 5, right? And even if you let him regain his health after the shield buff disappears, still the same. But the fact of the matter is that with that little passive ability, Wolverine has one of the better defensive hit points in the DPS range. Which is kind of shocking because I thought they were all going to be the same. With that being said, I brought this question up in my last video with the healers. Should there be a more diverse portfolio for these characters? Like with Mr. Fantastic, who has a little bit more hit points so that he can take the more damage. Like Wolverine, who pretty much, if you do a lethal shot, he gets a small buff to give him kind of like a second chance. Should there be more of that among the DPS characters? That is a good question. Put it in the comments if you think so. But this is the end of phase 3. The next video I'm going to do is kind of like an overall end game of all the characters. Taking in all their stats, taking in the top 3 of each category of each class, and seeing how they stack up against each other to give us an idea of who the overall best character is based on their base stats. So tune in for that video. If you like what you see, sub for more content, like the video, put your thoughts in the comments. If you want more single player content, go check out my other channel, Snippy Joker 2.0. If you want short form content, I have Snippy Joker Shorts. If you're on social media, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and of course TikTok, all under Snippy Joker. And next time on Snippy Joker.